Hello there everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I am going to talk about the 20th anniversary of Doctor Who. Yes, I guess the new Who era. So the era that began back in 2005. But first of all, I need to talk about the Doctor Who Unleashed 20th anniversary special. Obviously, they made this episode, which was quite insane. It had a runtime of an hour, which is pretty insane. And a lot of very famous Doctor Who actors and actresses portrayed, I guess, themselves in this documentary episode. But they talked about the show and they talked about how they worked in it and stuff like that. So behind the scenes stuff, essentially, right? So if you don't know what Doctor Who Unleashed is, Doctor Who Unleashed is a documentary series, like I said, created by the BBC to complement episodes of Doctor Who from 2023 onwards. It is hosted by former Newsbeat presenter Stephen Powell and is similar to the former documentary series Doctor Who Confidential, which ran from 2005 till 2011. Unleashed first accompanied the 60th anniversary specials, as well as following specials and episodes of the 14th and 15th series of Doctor Who, so season 1 and season 2, if you know what I mean. Episodes of Unleashed, each spanning 30 minutes, and are released after the initial release of each Doctor Who episode. So yes, very, very interesting. Like I said, there's also this very interesting episode. So all of these episodes have like a runtime of 30 minutes, but now, which is the 24th episode of season 2, 20 years in Wales. So obviously Stephen Powell here interviews a lot of famous people, obviously people that worked on Doctor Who the last 20 years. So they revived the Revived Era's 20th anniversary special, which premiered on the 7th of June 2025. So there we go. I wasn't able to watch it because it wasn't released on YouTube by the time we were watching this. Hopefully it already has, but this was broadcast on BBC One and BBC Three, I believe. Anyway, so there we go. Interviewees. We have Russell T Davies, Stephen Moffat, Julie Gardner, Euros Lynn, I'm not quite sure who that is, I think a producer or something, Billie Piper, Edward Thomas, David Tennant, Arthur Darvill, Karen Gillan, Pearl Mackie, Chris Chibnall, Jodie Whittaker, Mandip Gill, Ray Holman, Ncuti Gatwa, Farada Sathu, Stephen Morris, and Gareth Evans, I believe. Hopefully I pronounced that right. So yes, big names for obviously this 20th anniversary, like obviously Russell T Davies, Stephen Moffat, the two showrunners. We also have Billie Piper, the next incarnation of the Doctor, presumably. We have David Tennant, Arthur Darvill, and Karen Gillan. So I guess the Pawns, they played the family Pawns in series 5 and 2-7. So series 5 or season 5. The series with Matt Smith, I guess they're the main companions in that era or that those seasons. We have Pearl Mackie, which played Bill Potts in season 10. We have Chris Chibnall, the showrunner of season 11, 12, and 13. So I guess the Jodie Whittaker's era. We have Mandip Gill and Jodie Whittaker herself. Obviously, they played Yaz Khan and also the 13th Doctor. We have Ncuti Gatwa and Farada Sathu, so the most current Doctor incarnation, or the most current Doctor actor, and Farada Sathu, the most recent companion, which is really interesting. Very, very nice to see this. Obviously, a great lineup. So yes, the thing was, there was this video released, or the video that I found about Billie Piper. Obviously, Billie Piper is presumably the 16th Doctor. I'm not quite sure because the future is not really looking that bright because Disney Plus has not commissioned yet for season 3. Russell Davies is kind of losing hope, and us as the fans, we feel this. And yeah, I'm not quite sure if there will be a hiatus, but Doctor Who is not what it used to be, and I know that, but we just need to wait and see, because life without Doctor Who will be harsh, and I stay optimistic, and I hope that Doctor Who will still continue in a couple of years, or at least in 2 years. But whatever, we still have the war between the land and the sea. Obviously, the last episode that we got from Doctor Who was the reality war, where Ncuti Gatwa regenerated into this Billie Piper incarnation. So is she the 16th Doctor? I'm not quite sure, but I would love to see it. Anyway, let's watch the little clip that I found from Billie Piper that actually speaks up about her future, presumably, in Doctor Who.
So it never feels like it's over, like it does with all the other jobs I've done. So coming back is really good fun, but I also, and so I would do it, but I still feel like I'm in it. Just loud.
Ah, I see. She misspoke her a bit. Yeah, she had this little, slip up, which was funny to see. But obviously, as Whovians, as a Doctor Who fan myself, we call ourselves the Whovians. If you didn't know, I guess you did because you're a Doctor Who fan as well. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this video. The thing is, we don't know if she's the 16th Doctor. Maybe she's like Rose Tyler, but I don't know, like back again, just doing some kind of like time warp. I don't know. But the thing is, I would love to see like a full-on series with her. But like I said, the future is not really looking that bright. And well, let's talk about some articles, because articles are the most interesting thing on planet Earth. They sometimes they lack intelligence. That's interesting. But anyway, Doctor Who TV said that David Tennant could be coming back to Doctor Who. So a new rumor suggests that a fan favorite Time Lord will reunite with Billie Piper for one last trip in the TARDIS. The thing is, I don't want it to be one special, man. Oh boy, if it were to be a special, just make 3 specials, just like you did with the 60th anniversary. Like maybe make it the 20th anniversary with Billie Piper and David Tennant, But then after that, just move on. No more old actors returning. I don't give a damn. Like, I'm a big Doctor Who fan, but the way that they're dealing this situation, they're not really taking care, into the future of the series, which is quite unfortunate. So, according to The Sun, I'm not a British person, but I have heard a lot of people complain about The Sun. David Tennant would appear in a special one-off episode to mark the 20th anniversary of Doctor Who's revival. Piper's surprise appearance at the end of Series 15 is reportedly tying up the return. Here's what the Sun Insider had to say. I guess take this with a grain of salt. Let us talk about the possible one-off project to celebrate the 20th anniversary. David and Billie were a hugely popular partnership, and he brought in a golden age of Doctor Who. With the anniversary of the reboot this year, there have been some ideas floated about, with the thought of maybe bringing David and Billie back together for one last hooray. This is so weird. Like I said, if you were to make a special, make it 3 or make it 2, at least like decent episodes. Maybe wrap up the Badwolf story arc with the Meta-Crisis Doctor. I'm not quite sure, like Billie Piper could be the 16th Doctor, and I don't want to see some kind of corporation not taking care of my favorite TV show. And many people also have the same ideas and the same opinions as me, because they want to see a show like a TV series taken care of, let it breathe in and out, take its time, but not return back to nostalgia bait. You know what I mean. I think it's interesting to say the least. So anyway, the report continues, stating that the 14th Doctor, who was last seen enjoying a quiet life in Donna Noble's garden, could be the incarnation that teams up with Billie Piper in her as yet unconfirmed role. So that's really interesting. I'm not quite sure. Like, The Sun has another article. Just like old Time Lords, iconic Doctor Who pairs set to sensationally reunite for a huge special after a Ncuti Gatwa flop. This is not true. Ncuti Gatwa did a fantastic job, and the episodes were really great. Season 2 was a breath of fresh air. But this was not a flop. Ncuti Gatwa was not a flop. In my eyes, he's one of my favorite Doctors. He had so much emotion. Like, people say a bit too much, but hey, that's okay, because this Doctor is special. Every Doctor is special, but Ncuti Gatwa was a really good thing for the show. It's unfortunate that the show and the series, is now, let's say, not looking that well. Anyway. So Doctor Who's most popular pair could be coming back for a final turn in the TARDIS. Insiders say Billie Piper's shock return at the end of the latest series was understood to be tying up a comeback for David Tennant as the Time Lord for a one-off special. Yes. So That's interesting. The BBC brought Doctor Who back into the top 5, and there is talk about a possible one-off project to celebrate the 20th anniversary. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, if it were to tie up like the 20th anniversary, that would make sense. Yeah, very nice. With the anniversary of the reboot this year, there have been some ideas floated about, with the thought of maybe bringing David and Billie back together for one last hooray. So, when David's Doctor Bite generated in the 60th anniversary special, his half went to another life. His half went on to live another life, an alternate universe where Ncuti Gat was carried on as a Time Lord. Yes, it's a badly screenshotted article, but I think that works. But anyway. Yeah, insiders say Billie Piper's shock return at the end of the latest series was understood to be tying up the comeback for David Tennant, like I already said. There have been several, I suppose, not, I would say, truthful articles about it, but no, well, I don't know. It wouldn't be beyond the realms of imagination for him to return with Billie as Rose for a one-off special to celebrate not only their partnership but the anniversary of BBC bringing back Doctor Who. That was confirmed last Saturday when he surprisingly regenerated into Billie 42 at the end of the series final. After the episode, Ncuti said, "I've loved every minute of it, but now it is time to hand over the keys to the beloved box and let someone else take the control and enjoy it every bit as much as I have." So, yeah, Doctor Who's future is still undecided, with the BBC now waiting to see if Disney Plus, which pumped millions of pounds into the show, will renew its deal. Ratings for the sci-fi staple have plummeted since Tennant left. Yeah, obviously. I mean, back in 2010, since Tennant left together with Russell T Davies, people haven't been, some people have left the show. They said it wasn't the same anymore. Then Matt Smith regenerated, and Matt Smith became Peter Capaldi, and people said, it's not the same anymore. Then Peter Capaldi regenerated into a woman, and then people were like, oh, it's not the same anymore. So yeah, Jodie Whittaker regenerated into David Tennant, and some people said, well, it's not the same anymore, they're using nostalgia bait. Then David Tennant regenerated into Ncuti Gatwa, and now people are saying, it's not the same anymore. And now Ncuti Gatwa is regenerating into Billie Piper. People are saying, it's not the same anymore, it's clickbait, and no, it's nostalgia bait, man. I mean, it's literally every single person ever. Like, you can say this about literally any incarnation that regenerates. Like, people probably also weren't happy when the fourth Doctor regenerated back in the 70s. That's life, man. Get over it. Ratings for the sci-fi staple have plummeted since Tennant left, like I said, with the overnight peak viewing figures dropping as low as 1.6 million. That's quite, it's still a lot anyway, but it's not as much as the 60th anniversary specials, obviously, because, it was a big celebration for Doctor Who, and maybe that was a bit of a breaking point too. Maybe people assumed that Doctor Who was actually going to stay as as popular, but it didn't. So the 60th anniversary was 60th anniversaries were praised, but then obviously David Tennant generated into Ncuti, and people thought, well, maybe this is something new, okay, whatever. But then obviously Space Babies and the Church and Ruby Road hit, and people said, well, okay, whatever. But, as hardcore Doctor Who fans, we still enjoy this show no matter what. So many fans of the show complained it had gone woke. Brother from another mother. Listen here. Doctor Who has always been woke. It's about by regenerating alien with two hearts that turns into a woman, a man, an old man, a grumpy man. It doesn't matter, man. It turns into a woman. Dude, it doesn't matter. Time Lords are like the most intelligent life forms. They can, if they want, they can regenerate into a cow if they want. I don't know. Is that even a thing? I'm not quite sure. But anyway, Doctor Who has always been woke. It's part of a bigger universe that you can't escape. You know what I mean? Like, Doctor Who is something that's always been so woke, man. Like, it's about space fascism in the form of Daleks. It's about robots getting rid of their emotions. Insert Cyberman. It's about, gay open relationships like obviously the 15th Doctor now with Rogue, or even Jack Harkness with I guess everything, because Jack Harkness and John B's wait, what is his name? His name was like John Scott Barrowman. He's also like, you know, he's also from the gay community. So Doctor Who was also created by a Jew and a gay man, which, you know, I think, dude, get over it. Like, Doctor Who has always been woke. But anyway, my frustrations, man. Thanks to my frustrations, I can't pronounce words properly, but hey, hopefully you understand it, man. Anyway, meanwhile, Whovians are waiting to see if Billie is the new 16th Doctor, or as a sidekick, like Rose again. I don't know. It's a bit of a difficult situation here, because, you know, the Sun, the Daily Mail, and the TV Line have all spoken about this possible return for David Tennant. Is Doctor Who reunion inevitable? Did Cleaning Lady Kiss leave you cold? How would SNL have... Wait, no, this is not... Anyway, the first sentence. Is Doctor Who reunion inevitable? The Daily Mail says Doctor Who's Billie Piper set to reunite with David Tennant as she returns to show after shocking Gat was exit. Yes, okay, just switch those words a bit. Anyway, it's been a heavy day. Anyway, just like all Time Lords. So all these articles say something different, and I guess essentially they say the same thing, but we just need to wait and see. As a Doctor Who fan, I'm really thrilled and really excited for the future. I'm also very scared. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this episode, or this video, I suppose. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will check you later. Or should I say, Doctor, I'll let you go. Allons-y. Ariama. Goodbye, everyone.